I'll destroy you, Skeletor.
Yeah, right, He-Man, you bumbling boob.
This is getting serious.
This is fun and all, but something's not right.
Yeah, man, I wish they could move like real space barbarians.
Yeah, total lack of articulation really bums me out.
Yeah, man, I wish they made new He-Man toys.
Did somebody say new He-Man?
He-Man?
What the? Modern posing? Retro play?
Look at his muscles. They're glistening.
Go on. Play with me, kids.
Holy Eternian toilet pies. He's gorgeous.
Look out, bumbling boob. I'm gonna straight Van Dam you.
They're so articulate, like real space barbarians. Even the box looks like it's from the 80s, which I totally know, because I'm totally from the 80s.
Here's some accessories for you kids to play with as well. And don't worry, there'll be more where that came from. I got a beat. You kids have fun with your highly articulated Masters of the Universe Origins figures. New from Mattel.
Thanks, He-Man.
I have the power!
New from the Masters of the Universe collection. Other action figures each sold separately. From Mattel.
Welcome once again, friends, to an action-packed episode of It Crept from Eternia. Oh, Chris, Walk. It's been forever since we've done one of these.
It has.
Since the first half of the Revelation series.
What was that, last summer?
Yeah, it was in the summer. Here we are, the first Eternia of 2022. The proper 40th anniversary of Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And we are here to talk all things Motu and celebrate the magic within. And there is much to talk about in sort of all aspects of the franchise, of the property. Toys, cartoons, movie, all that stuff. So what do you think, man? Let's get going. What Motu do you do? What voodoo Motu do you do?
All the Motu. So it's been kind of a frustrating time as a toy collector because of all the supply chain issues and slowdowns from China, and all of my figures are getting stuck on a boat somewhere. So, and all of a sudden, just in these last couple of weeks, they're all charging. And I was like, it's gonna be like an onslaught of action figures for everything, because it's like everything's been pushed back. But finally, I'm getting some the second wave of the Masterverse, Triclops and Trapjaw just shipped as well. So I'm getting all of those in hand, and I'm really excited. Just got that last wave of Origins as well, with like Sorceress and Jiu-Jitsu and the other fun ones there. And then it's great because now the new pre-order for the next wave is up, and I was kind of worried about it for a while. It's like, why are they dragging their heels on this? And then it was just Big Bad Toy Store got the pre-orders, and they must have some kind of exclusive deal on the fan channels, because I usually order through Entertainment Earth, and today or yesterday was the first time they got like, what was it, like Clawful Up, that new line, the newest wave of
I have it pre-ordered at Big Bad, but I have a feeling, honestly, the way it's been going for me, is that they're gonna pop up in the stores before these places are gonna ship. That's how I've gotten so much of the waves lately, is because like out of the blue, they're just there on the shelves, and I get that like, well, shit, I'm taking them. Like, like, when am I gonna see this again? Like, but now I see them everywhere. Now there's like multiple copies of everything. So it's very bizarre. It's really bizarre that some of these online companies are, taking so long to get this stuff out.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Is it just maybe these brick and mortar stores are getting the supply first? Who knows?
You would I would assume so.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that I pre-order as many as I can, and if I happen to find it in the
To
wild,
lock them in.
yeah, and then I'll just go back and cancel the order.
Mhm.
Like right now, I have Clawful, I have the Horde Trooper on pre-order. I've got that new Merman from Revelation and the new Tila I pre-ordered.
Attila looks great with her long hair. I saw the official pics the other day. I was kind of like, with her vintage head or the old head.
Yeah.
And then they showed it with with her hair down. I was like, this figure looks great. And then
I didn't
the
bother
other one-
getting the
The
other
first one?
Revelation. Yeah, because I was waiting for this one.
Oh, I like that. I like her suit and
Um,
her updated suit. I don't mind
yeah,
it.
I think for me, I think um I think I'm just gonna focus on the main characters being updated. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
Like I didn't get Andra, because I don't mind her in the show. I just was like, I don't need her.
But when she's like $5 at Target,
I would probably do that. Like once all those guys go on clearance, I would probably do it. But I'm not gonna pay $23 right now for it. Oh, I have Whiplash pre-ordered, and then some. Oh, Randor, King Randor pre-ordered
for the Revelation ones,
for
which-
Origins.
which did I? Oh yeah, that was part of the newest one, right? I
Mhm.
gotta check the
Mhm.
big bad toy store, see what I have.
Yeah.
I'm-
But again, I half
yeah.
expect to see them pop up in stores. If that happens, I'll certainly let you know because, like I said, it's been happening so often for me that I've been going back and dropping those pre-orders. I've just been canceling so many things. Like at first, I thought that there was no way I was going to find Stridor,
You found that in store?
in store.
That's solid.
Several boxes
What?
in store, and I was like, I'm getting it, like.
Actually, bring up a good point here. I don't have Randor on pre-order. What the? He's not even on here.
For
put-
which one?
For the Origins, I have Clawful and the Horde Trooper. I have Tila and Merman for Masterverse.
Yeah.
So those are the only two. I guess I didn't order Sunman again, but because I got that Sunman exclusive coming. So I was like, will I get this normal
Does
one?
that have
will I just
a-
get in the store?
Does that
I think-
exclusive, is that like, wasn't there an issue with that recently?
They just emailed us to say it was back ordered or pushed back. And they're like, please email us if you want to keep your order.
Okay.
That was kind of tricky.
How
I was
weird,
like, okay.
though. Like, why is that one, but the other one is probably going to come out before that one?
Yeah, so it's a different, I think it's like a flat top as well from what I've seen, the other version. So it's like a different head for that figure. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just excited that they announced more waves, that this is continuing, because like I said, I'm all in.
Well, yeah, man. They,
regardless.
I watched a bunch of that Mattel investors meeting presentation, because they'll put like snippets up on YouTube, and then somebody like somehow recorded it and put it up there. And I mean, they are like so happy. Like Mattel is like kicking ass with the Motu line, and it was like the #1 male toy of last year.
That's insane.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Plus, with the new show, the He-Man Masters Universe show, the kids one, with those
Yeah.
toys included, they
Yeah,
have
man.
3 lines of toys going, and they're all selling. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's fucking awesome. You know, anytime I go into Walmart or Target into that toy aisle and I see Masters of the Universe sitting there, it's just like finally vindication. You know?
Exactly. It just feels good to be, an 80s kid and have all this stuff be popular again and not fade away into like obscurity where yeah, we're still waiting on maybe an announcement for Revelation Part 2 or Season 2, but the kids show got renewed, which is an amazing thing.
I
Like,
think it's coming. I really
Yeah.
do. I think it's going to happen. I don't. I mean, the producer of the damn show is the head of acquisitions and productions at Netflix, and he's that Ted dude. He is a '80s kid who fucking loves all this shit. I just saw him on a toy channel on YouTube. Somebody like interviewed him, like one of the YouTube channels, and it was from his room. This is the guy at head of acquisitions at Netflix, and his room is covered in Masters of the Universe toys. Like he was wearing a Masters shirt. He was just covered. Everything was like old school plus the newer stuff. Like, yeah, the dude loves his shit. You know.
see, that's the beauty of it. It's like before we got to this age, like 30s to 50, there was people making like trying to reinvent the wheel, and they weren't really as invested as we are. Now you have the fans making the product or making the shows, making everything, and it shows. I don't want to use the word too many times, but it's the same thing with like Filoni and Favreau and Star Wars. It's like let the people who understand this stuff head it up and sell it. So I'm very excited seeing that this was like my first franchise growing up.
I just I don't feel like they would tease the Horde at the end of the series and not do anything with that.
And we haven't heard no, so that's even better.
Yeah, no, I think it's coming. I think there's an announcement that'll happen at some point. This is the 40th anniversary, so I'm sure there's a lot more shit coming. Master
Probably already in the works. I can hope.
No, for sure. I mean, we're only the beginning of March here, March of 2022. We've got a full year of Motu stuff on the way. So
That's right. That's right. Maybe a return to PowerCon. Who knows?
Oh, I'm fucking going. Now,
Are you?
Now, well, yes, absolutely.
Where is it this year?
It's in fucking Ohio.
It is in Ohio?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. Like,
Nice,
that's
good.
5.5 hours away from me. I'm going.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's in the beginning of August. As soon as tickets go on sale, I'm getting tickets. I'm going. Like, hell yeah.
That's smart though. Like the same thing with like Celebration, where you switch it east to west coast, send it to Europe, whatever you're gonna do.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't just have it in LA every time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Ohio, huh?
But, so this is so these are some of the last few months. Actually, I'm just gonna show off all the ones I got. That I just picked up.
Do it.
The Revelation Fisto.
That's a great looking figure.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Fists of Fury.
I particularly love his face. Like, it's just really sculpted awesome. Lot of detail and definition in that face. He's pissed.
See, that's what I love too. It's like for the longest time when Four Horsemen was doing Motu classics or whatever, and then they moved to a different sculptor for this, I was a little worried because I was like, oh, I'm so used to like such good stuff, and this is great.
What I love about these Revelation toys is that they really are toy interpretations of the animated series. I like that. You 100% can tell that oh, this is the cartoon. This is the new cartoon, you know.
Version.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
It does have like an anime, almost like that anime look in
Yeah.
ways on certain He-Man especially. That's a great figure. I wish they would have done it with like I need his updated version still because I like that old man Duncan look,
yeah, man, with his fucking
ponytail and all that stuff.
shaved side and give him all the like
Yeah.
robes and the cloak and everything.
Throw him on Stridor. It's all good, you know. Give me a Masterverse Stridor. Stinkor. It's Jason Mewes in the plastic version. That's great, man.
Love him. And he comes with another head.
Stinkor was never in the original series, right? He was just a figure
Nope,
that was
not the
made.
cartoon.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Which is
But-
amazing that they used them. He comes with an alternate head.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Then I mean everybody sort of got this, but I picked it up because it was like in the clearance aisle already. But this is
Yeah.
the
Power
yeah.
Lords.
power
Lords
yeah
of Power.
Lords of Power Merman.
I have two of those.
So I just grabbed them, you know. Altogether it came up to like $8. So I was like, sure, I'll get them. You know.
Yeah, it was nice because Entertainment Earth actually sent me two of those on accident. And it's one of my favorite characters. So I was like, all right, I'll open one.
Buzz
Buzz
off.
off. Yeah. What a
Love
great
it.
figure. What a goofy design, but what a great figure. Yeah. With those wings.
Well, I guess just got
Yeah.
Sorceress.
The true colors.
Yep.
That's great.
And then,
I know they're doing a Zor with somebody as well. Upcoming.
Yeah.
I saw that leaked list. Did I send that to you?
yes.
I think I did. The Webster.
Got his thing.
Oh, he's got his.
Yep.
I have these. I just don't open them. You know how I am. Just stay on that card.
And
But that's a nice thing about this line too. It's like that vintage card. Yeah. Does he smell?
he does. So
Great.
I had to, because my buddy Chad was like, I got him and he didn't smell like anything. He's like, but that might be because like maybe I just have terrible smell or whatever. So as soon as I opened the package,
Maybe he
I-
smells worse than that. So
I
he just
took
smells himself.
another, a couple of these guys and just smelled them, and then I smelled him. He smells.
Stinky.
It's not what they did with the original, but yeah, they
tried.
They put something on him. So I appreciate that. And then we got the beauty.
Yeah. Mine came in so
so
awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
I hope they do an evil one, which it looks like they might
Nightmare?
be doing. Yeah. I think they might like
I bet.
I'm looking at the listings of what's coming up. Like we mentioned Randor, but it's like Mantenna, which I can't wait. Those are my
Oh my
favorite toys
God.
growing up.
Yeah, when you sent that, like, hell yes.
Pighead and Digitino are from Sunman mythos, so those are going to be kind of integrated. But Whiplash,
Oh.
Randor, mini comic Trap Job, I've been getting all those mini comic ones.
Then I opened
So-
up the Scare Glow because I don't keep things in.
That's why I bought the other one.
Yeah.
Just in case I do open all. I'm not opening that exclusive one. How is that figure in hand?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I mean, I am so happy with all of these. As somebody who didn't get the classics, this is a perfectly fine alternative for me.
Nice.
Only paying like $22 as opposed to $60 or whatever, like hell yeah.
So this upcoming new Masterverse rumored figures with Frosta, which is She-Ra, right? It's a She-Ra character.
Yeah, so I thought for sure we were gonna get She-Ra before we would get any of the ancillary, the other characters from Princess of Power. Like, why wouldn't we get a Masterverse She-Ra before we got any of them?
There's another toy line that will just keep. Oh, it was the Disney Ultimates from Super 7. They'll put out like like characters you would never expect first and then fill in later. So you are like, oh, I should buy this because like I should buy King John because or Prince John because Robin Hood's coming soon. It just is like,
Those look
tactics.
fantastic.
They are.
Those
And I'm
look
only
fantastic.
buying the Robin Hoods. That's my restriction. That's the only thing I'm buying.
But I have to tell you, I think we talked about it before, but I am in love with these Origins toys.
Oh, yeah.
I think what they did was brilliant. To keep them as close to the original aesthetically, visually, but then give them the modern updates of the articulation, for toy photographers, for posers who love to, put together
Pose.
action scenes and shit like that. And I think they're dynamic. I love the feel of them. I haven't had an issue with any of them so far. Like coming apart or busting on me or anything like that. I'm just so impressed with these.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm as long as they keep making them, I'm going to buy them. Only the ones that I like. I'm definitely not a Chris Walk. I don't know how you do it, but I can't do that. So I'm just gonna go after the particular figures that I like. Yeah, I'm not keeping them in package. As much as I love looking at it, there's a part of me every time I open them that I'm like, I'm ripping this beauty. But I want to display them. I want to pose them and make them look cool. And I still have this master plan of doing a much bigger Motu display and getting like a glass case at some point. Not like a Detolf, but like a big
Yeah.
like glass case,
It's like a museum.
so that I can put build scenarios. Build like a horde, mossy, swampy area, and then put like the fright zone in there, and then put all the figures in there, and then do a gray skull, do a snake mountain, that type of thing. I really want to do that because I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think they'll look fantastic. But yeah, man, I am toy wise. I'm so thrilled with everything that they're doing. And even though I'm not a fan of the more kid centric He-Man thing,
Mhm.
I'm so glad that it's out there for the kids. It's just another thing to promote and push and have kids' imaginations go wild within this world, within these characters. So that it's like I feel like some these kids now who are getting those particular Masters of the Universe, they can also look at the Origins, or they can also look at the Revelations as they get a little older and just be like, ooh, I want to get these too. And this is a different version of He-Man. And I'm just so happy with what they're doing. I know a lot of people don't like Mattel, but I think a lot of people in general have issues with the toy companies anyway, with the way they
Yeah.
handle things. But for me, they're doing me right so far. They're really doing me right.
Yeah, I mean,
Price wise, they went up.
yeah, that is shitty.
It was a little
Honestly,
bummer,
but everything has.
Yeah,
Everything's gone up.
that
so you
that
can't
is
say
true.
anything.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited because I really feel like the He-Man and the Master Universe kids toys are coming out on a regular basis. Like they're showing they're putting out new ones. They're keeping it alive. with that show getting announced, like I said, there's a second season.
Yeah,
That's great
tomorrow.
news. Yeah. Yep.
But again, I just
I never finished it.
it
I need
didn't
to
sit
watch
well
it.
with me. So, but that's okay. It's there's the other stuff.
Exactly. We're not going to sit here for an hour and bitch about it either.
No way.
Because
No way.
it's all magical.
But what do you? So, how are you feeling about this movie?
I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it because Sony are a bunch of d-bags who can't seem to get anything straight sometimes, and it's like, why has it been this difficult? You have the technology. We're in this like geek zeitgeist unlike any other now. Why is it so difficult for David Goyer to get a script going? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that making anything for streaming these days is the way to go. Like if you're worried about it taking a hit, if you're worried about the budget like not making that money back, that's it.
I think that's what it is. I think 100% that's the trepidation with these studios, in particular with Sony and Masters of the Universe. I think they were too afraid, to try to do something like this and have it flop.
Because I imagine it would be pretty expensive to make a big movie.
100%. But Netflix has the capital.
Yeah.
Netflix has, 2 Masters of the Universe shows going on. It just makes sense. And the budget is still big. And within that investors meeting, they had.
When was that? I'm sorry.
It was last week.
Was it?
Early last week, I think.
I'll have to catch that. Yeah.
Or maybe it was during the weekend. But they did have the directors on. It's 2 brothers who are making this movie, and they talked about it. They're also writing it.
Oh, that's great.
Well, I mean, it's written. I mean, it's done. It's done. You know what I mean? Like, they're shooting soon. But they talked about the kid that they got to play Adam and everything. But they're our age. They played with Masters of the Universe. They know the lore. They know they're really, and they're hot. Like right now, a movie they have is coming out in theaters. It's called The Lost City.
Oh yeah.
With like Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, and it's this adventure comedy with Brad Pitt. Yeah, like that's theirs.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of buzz around that. Man, I have more so than ever. I have a lot of faith in this, that it's the right people are behind it. The Ted dude from Netflix is behind it. They were lovers of the toys and kids of the 80s. I think it's gonna be pretty sweet.
Me too. Now, this Kyle Allen kid who got cast as Prince Adam. Uh-huh. How do you think they're gonna treat the He-Man thing?
I don't.
Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah,
they just bring Dolph Lundgren in and DH him.
I really don't know. They must have a way they're gonna do it. I'm sure they've been working on it, visual effects wise or whatever, like for a while. Or the kid is just gonna get fucking pumped, listen. He's not going to look like he does in the cartoons. He's not going to look like he does in the toys.
Right.
He's just going to be, I think he's going to pump himself up and he's going to look ripped. And because I honestly, I feel it would look goofy if they went another route with it, like his head on like a CG body or something like that. Or
his head on a bodybuilder.
Yeah. I think because that could ruin it. That could really like take you out of it fast. So I honestly think it's, they're going to really play up the meek Adam look. And then when he's He-Man, I think they're going to let him just on
the maniac it.
Yeah, I think he's just going to, at least that's what I hope, because I think any other way it's going to look silly. And I kind of hope they don't do the Incredible Hulk thing either. Like I hope they don't like Bill Bixby it, and then he's Lou Ferrigno. mean? Like, so I don't know. But I have a feeling like for me, that's kind of the least of the issues because like you're also dealing with a world where there's Skeletor, there's Panther, there's Battle Cat, there's Beast, there's all these creatures, and
It was easier with CGI than anything. I just got kind of hung up on it. Same thing with like when they had Noah Centineo or whatever his name is cast as well, but he was getting ripped. Like
he
when
was
you
getting
see
ripped.
and now he's like he's in Black Adam as Adam Smasher.
So I think this guy's just
Wild.
gonna get yoked, man. I think he's gonna fucking bulk up where he needs to bulk up. You know, I don't know. You know, we probably won't see anything until the summer or winter, as far as like screenshots, leaked footage or whatever it's going to be, or even a teaser, things like that. Because I don't know if it's actually going to come out this year, but
Right.
I'm optimistic more so than I have been in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the placement on Netflix is the right way to go.
Yeah, like it's happening. Like that's the most positive thing we can say right now is that no studio is giving it like fucking, oh, we're doing this, but then 6 months later it's not happening. No, it's at Netflix and it's happening. Everything is in place, so I'm optimistic, man.
Yeah, me too. As we should be.
Yeah. So we have not talked about the second half of Revelations. And I know you didn't get a chance to see the second half again. But that's okay. We'll go through what we remember. And just, I guess, our general thoughts on the back half of the 10 episodes. Just what we thought as a whole. So what are you when it was all said and done, from episode 1 to episode 10, what were your thoughts?
First off, I need an action figure of every Evil Lynn costume that she goes through. Like that crazy bat sorceress thing.
I think we're gonna get it. I think
better.
Yeah. Watching it the second time, I was like, man, I really want this.
Yeah.
I want both of them. I
Yeah.
want the bat head, and I want the like crazy Masters of the Universe Evil Lynn.
Buff Evil Lynn.
Yeah. Base goddess.
Yeah. You know what? Overall, for me, it worked enough. I don't think I was as enamored as I was with the first half. And that's kind of like shows through my viewing habit of it. I didn't watch it again. I want to, just to kind of see if what I thought was correct or not. But I don't know if it deserved all the flack it got. But I thought, the way they took it. Okay. My biggest thing was, as long as they got to the point where Tila became the sorceress, I was good. Because this has always been something they've set up since the original show. It's something that people just fought against with the show. You're going to make Tila the main character. You're going to make Tila this. It's like, yes. Because if you watch the original show, you understood that this was always her destiny. And if you understood those mythos. So I was happy that they did the right thing there. I did like that Evil Lynn became so powerful, and that basically Skeletor was like, ooh, what did I do?
Yeah.
What I didn't like so much was teaming up with Skeletor, because it never made sense to me. Because the whole time it just felt really fake to me. It's like, why would you not just kill this guy? I know you're all good guys, but obviously, like, he's murdered your friends.
Yeah.
He-Man of Thrones style, and things like that. So it was just kind of feeling off. Whether it's, let's trust Skeletor. Let's do that. And in the end, of course, it, bites him in the ass. So
yeah. that is an aspect I don't like. Even watching the second time, I was like, oh, we could have done without this. I kind of understand, because it's He-Man, and he was like, I'm gonna give you a second chance.
Yeah.
Like I mean Skeletor even questions it. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You know, he's like, no, I want to show you what it's like to be good or something, whatever he says.
Yeah, that
I
was
want
some
to show
bad
you,
line.
yeah, something about like giving you a chance to save the universe instead of trying to destroy it. Um, you know, but you knew like he wasn't. Like, come on, like at the end of the day, it's He-Man and Skeletor, and it's the battle between the two. It has to be that way. So, um, I mean, I guess it's not like they haven't done that in other stories and other
Right.
myth and uh, tales like this, where the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know, you in order to take out the big bad, sometimes you got to be with the bad to take out the big bad.
And you know they
it
did that
just
in the
it
original
just
show too.
it just happens the way this happens is fast. Like it wasn't a natural progression. Um, it could have marinated a little bit more to get to that point. Um,
But it's also something I would see happening in the Filmation show because it was
oh
that
yeah.
cheesy. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I mean, there's something from Filmation throughout these 10 episodes for sure.
yeah,
Good or bad, you know.
which is appropriate too. I mean, if you're really going to pay homage to what came before, then try to usher
Well,
it into like a new age, you know?
I still have though, like, I will stand by the fact that I wish Kevin Smith didn't actually write some of the episodes.
Yeah.
Because it was, I didn't like it. Like, and thankfully he didn't write that many. I think it was only two, maybe three, but
You could
uh,
tell.
you definitely can tell who. I mean, I don't know why he thought it was necessary to put in all of the stupid puns and the just really shitty jokes that took me out of it. Like, I was just like, oh, that's Kevin Smith. That's like,
Yeah.
this isn't He-Man. Like, this is dumb shit. This is you winking at the show or poking fun at the show. So I didn't like that. Thankfully, again, he only did like 2 episodes.
Right.
And then it sort of gets back on track, and it's like, okay, now there's some story going on here, and not just these dumb one-off shitty pot jokes, or sexual innuendos that are totally Kevin Smith.
What about that? What about the sex scene? Almost sex
Um,
scene. That was interesting. It's just like, oh, hey, we are going mature with this.
I didn't mind that. I was like, good for you. Good for Netflix and good for Masters. I mean, we aren't kids anymore. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I mean, come on. It's not like it's not a hentai. It's not like, it
Some
wasn't
tentacles coming from Grayskull.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But I appreciated it. I did. It was like, I mean, listen, we're fucking 40-year-olds. This is a story. This is a mature story. They're trying to tell a mature story. So I dug it. Didn't have any issues with it. I was kind of glad that they had the balls to do it. In general, actually, like with all the violence in the show, I was like, this is great. This is like
Killing characters off.
This is what we were doing when we were kids. We were slamming the shit out of these guys, like,
melting them down.
So I don't know. It was dope. One thing I didn't like too much. I liked the concept more than how they pulled it off, but the Savage He-Man thing. Again, I liked it, but it felt too much like the Hulk. Like he's this mindless beast who just was ravaging and destroying everything in his path, and it took a father's love to calm him down and get him out of it. But I get concept wise what they were going for.
Was pretty sweet to watch him smash everything.
Well, I know, but I definitely was just like, shit, like, okay, like lay off the Hulk thing. I mean, he literally was like Caucasian Hulk, he was White Hulk. but again, it wasn't it didn't last long, and I got why they were doing it.
What's smart too, because it is like, what happens if he tries to conjure up the power without the sword? The sword is just the it's just the vessel. And it's like, oh hey, he's a maniac.
I guess. I mean, so like the sword like keeps him in check. I guess. I don't know.
Filters that power down.
I suppose. I suppose. It's
What
a
did you think
cartoon.
about the final battle? There's a lot of like kind of thoughts that it was too fast. It was kind of like you said, things were kind of sped up in this show.
They definitely were.
Um,
You know, if anything, out take the story out of it. It was just a lot of eye candy. You know,
Yeah.
it was fun to see what
Land
they were
sharks.
doing. Yeah, just in general, the amount of Motu love that was put into this show, from the cartoons to the mini comics to the movie to the toys that were never in animated form, or toys that we never got to see in animated form. It was like, this is so cool,
Yeah.
you know? Um, so that part was awesome. Yes, the ending does, like, it's one of those, it really sped up to the end. Like, and that's the case with a lot of fucking modern shit nowadays. You know, uh, I don't know. Overall, I'll say that I loved what they did. I really did. I think, um, fan wise, it probably would have been a wise decision to not break the show up, and to just release the 10 episodes at once. And I understand that they didn't have the second half done yet, but I feel like, well, then wait, because you might not have had all this controversy. Because if people could have just sat and watched the linear storytelling, I don't think it would have been as loud as it was. You know, with what? With I really don't. I don't, because if I think, now if you sit and you watch it, well, we were level headed to begin with. We knew
Yeah.
what was happening. We knew this where the story was going, and He-Man was not fucking dead, and this wasn't this woke fucking thing that everyone has this agenda about. Um, but now when you watch it, it's so much more of a piece where you can see everything that they were doing from beginning, middle to end, and it just makes for a better viewing experience.
Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I just start from the beginning and watch it.
Yeah,
all
watch
together.
it from the beginning and do it, because I watched from the last two episodes of season one and then went into the second season again for the second time before this, and it definitely flowed much better for me. Um, I still think the first half of the season is better, is stronger. Um, but I appreciate the second half more, especially the stuff with Tila, the sorceress, and Evil Lynn. And Duncan. Like, those four, you know, uh, that's some great myth building there.
Yeah.
That's a great payoff from beginning to end. And even where Evil Lynn ends up at the end, I'm actually really happy with what they did with her. She was one of the most built up characters in the show.
Yeah.
Who had a great arc. So I don't know. Overall, I'm happy. The fact that we have a modern Masters of the Universe show, again, 10 episodes, is, we should be so fucking lucky. Like, I can't
Right.
believe people are bitching about it. Like, how entitled and fucking like whiny, like, celebrate it.
I believe it, but that's because they're just miserable people. But you're right. It's like, we're lucky. We're lucky that we had such magical childhoods that it was so magical that we want to bring it back
Yeah.
almost 40 years later, you know, in
And
many
and
different forms, you know.
for
So
stuff like for people like us, they knocked it out of the fucking park,
yeah,
man. Like
yep.
I don't know. I'm blessed. I'm happy. Like we have Masters of the Universe in 2022.
And it's successful,
Yeah, and it
which
and
is
it
more important.
worked.
Yeah.
They fucking it did it. They did it.
Yep.
Good for them, man. And I'm reaping all the benefits. you know, shit. Ugh. I don't know. I'm happy. And it
So-
excites me even more with this 40th anniversary thing because I think they're just hiding some shit. I think there's a lot of stuff coming that is really gonna make everybody sort of jizz in their pants.
Yeah, I really wonder where they're going to take everything, you know, and how they take this direction. Where do you go with He-Man at this point? You know, you have this successful kids show that's not even has basically nothing to do with the original series. It's just doing its own thing, and people are liking it. You know, here we are with Revelation. We're anxiously waiting to know if there's more because we know the Horde is coming.
Really think,
and I really want a Masterverse Horde figure or Hordak figure.
Oh my gosh, I want all the Horde. Give them to me. Give them.
Right.
Oh, because when the Horde's coming, so is She-Ra.
Yeah.
She's
where's she been this whole time? You know what I mean?
It's I'm telling you, we are gonna get another season. It's gonna happen.
They've just been waiting.
I
It's gonna
think
get announced tomorrow.
I think it's part of the 40th anniversary announcements that's gonna happen this year.
Do you think they'll wait till PowerCon announce this kind of stuff?
I was just gonna say, like, if not before PowerCon, it's happening at PowerCon.
Because that was the thing about last year's PowerCon. It just wasn't. There wasn't any no real announcements. It was kind of like it was weird.
Yeah, it was
everything came before.
Mostly toy stuff.
Yeah.
Really. But I think give me a break. Again, with it being the 40th anniversary, I think PowerCon is going to be a real special event this year. So I will be there.
I need to see what dates those are.
I believe it's the first 3 or 4 days leading up to the weekend in August. The first weekend in August, I believe it is.
Wonder if we
because
might be
I'm
in New York.
shooting. I'm shooting my new pilot at the end of July, like right at my birthday, and that's at the end of July. And then I think the next weekend is PowerCon.
Interesting. Well, I am coming home around that time.
Yeah, man. Extend those
Right?
dates. Do PowerCon because it's 5.5 hours away.
Right. Where is it? Is it in Cleveland?
It's Columbus. I believe.
Columbus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I'll look into that. Definitely. That's exciting. Because I didn't get to go. I canceled. Canceled my trip. Lost the monies, but I didn't want to go because it was just getting wild.
But what better way to attend than the 40th anniversary of Masters of the Universe?
Right.
Where I think they're really going to do something special. So. And we could do a fucking Crept from Eternia. We could do a whole show. It could be a whole fucking big show.
From the floor.
That's right. Live. Stream it live, brother.
Watch us run around like maniacs.
Yeah.
With children. Hell yeah.
I think it'd be a blast. So, is that it? What else do you got? Talk to me, Chris. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Let's see. What else Motu stuff is? I'm not sure. We talked all about the toys.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no comics out. There's a lull in the toys right now because everything that I was waiting for is shipped. So now I'm caught up. Now I'll wait. So it's kind of like
but they just
waiting
keep
game.
fucking, man, they keep pumping it out. Like
They
now,
do.
like every week you're hearing like, oh, here's another wave. Here's another wave. What do you think of those the new Eternia figures?
which
Those are the barbarian.
the Masterverse.
Yeah.
So I did want to mention that because it seems like, I mean, that doesn't seem like, we knew that Masterverse would cover other things other than Revelation figures.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mentioned that Frosta figure earlier, but they've also been talking about there's a rumored Sunman Masterverse sized figure, Battle Armor He-Man, which is like, you want to do all the battle armors? Just give them to me. Give me the Skeletor battle armor. I'm ready.
Yeah, I did.
And then yeah, and then Jitsu. So it's interesting to see that maybe Jitsu is from, was Jitsu in? Yeah, he was in there, right? Or was it Ninja?
Revelation?
Was he in that?
I didn't
remember,
see,
but
I didn't see Jitsu.
I'll have to take another look when I watch it again. But yeah, I'm excited because there is a lot of things to develop. Do some weird figures like that Barbarian Skeletor and Viking He-Man. Like, go hog wild.
I love that they're based on the concept art.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's pretty cool. I will say, I like Skeletor's look more than I like He-Man's look.
I agree.
Well, the second head anyway.
I like that He-Man head though. I would take that He-Man head and put it on my Revelation figure. Like,
yeah, I think it would fit more on for that. But I really like the Barbarian. It's a cool thing that they're doing, and I'm probably going to succumb to it. I'll probably.
I already did.
But I didn't pre-order those yet, but I did do the Tila and Merman, because that Merman is so awesome to me. Like, I love his look in Revelation. I was like, this is
I do too.
Merman.
I love that look, but that figure almost looks like it's almost too washed out on his torso. Where it's like, I'll have to see that in person.
Yeah.
You know, where maybe they'll do some more sculpting for his fish-esqueness, you know. So I love it. I mean, with the scar and everything. So can't beat it.
Well, shit, man. We went through a lot. We talked about a lot.
We did.
Again, there was a lot of He-Man to talk about.
Well, that's actually the good thing, that we waited a little bit, because, you know, if we would have done that show right away, we don't have the new toys announced. We didn't have the movie announced. Now we got season 2 of He-Man and the Master Universe coming. So it's still alive. It's still alive from when we were doing the show last year.
Yeah. You know, and as the investor thing said, I mean, there's no end in sight. You know, Mattel is all in, man. Like, it's so awesome.
What would you want if they were to do something else in that universe? Say like a Netflix show, live action or animated, a movie. What else would you like to see kind of like adapted, or, you know, them go into like a deep dive?
I don't know.
The Horde.
I mean, listen, you know, I'm gonna want the Horde for anything and everything. Like, they were my favorite when I was growing up. I love that Skeletor was Hordak's underling. You know what I mean? Like, I love the fact that he had a boss, and that he hates that boss now.
Yeah.
And that Hordak was basically like, you suck, you know, like, basically, get the fuck out of here. Like, I love that, and I love the anger that Skeletor has towards Hordak.
It's a lot of angst.
But again, I think with Revelation, I think there's so much more story to tell. Now, I mean, it's so cool. Like, they can get away from sort of telling the end of the Filmation story, and now they can go into this
Whatever they
world.
want.
Yeah, and come up with these crazy fucking things, you know, like, not because where they leave it, it's like, who is even gonna follow Skeletor at this point? You know, who is he gonna be able to kick around now? But that's where, like, all the other fucking characters come into. That's where you're gonna find all these, like, crazy extra characters that, you know, master,
We know.
yeah, that the master line did, toy wise or whatever, you know, and then you're gonna start. I mean, we'll see Mechaneck, maybe we'll see like all these other like characters, and then the Horde story and the She-Ra story. I don't know, like, you know,
Will they adapt Sunman, do you think,
oh,
into
geez.
this universe?
I
Or
don't
do its
know.
own thing?
I don't know.
They're really
Maybe.
pushing it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if you mean like so for like its own show.
That,
I mean, they
or
might do that. They might do
show
like
up
a
in an
since
episode of Revelation, or
yeah. So like they could do you know, you've got um Etheria, you know, you've got Eternia, and then you've got wherever fucking they totally could do like and then
another
do
world. Yeah.
crossover, you know. Yeah, the sky is the limit. So
Yeah, because I thought it was so interesting that they added that to the Origins line, that it's rumored to be a Masterverse figure. So it'll be interesting to see if they really do bring in this hero that was meant to really diversify more. You know, that I think that they've done a decent job as of late. And I never felt like, yeah, He-Man's a big white dude, but you know, it is what it is at that
Mhm.
time. So it's amazing that this is coming back from a vintage toy that, you know, was made by a kid and his mom. So
it's gonna mean a lot to a lot of people,
exactly,
you know.
exactly.
So I think if Netflix were smart, they'd probably uh they'd I would consider you know, if not its own spin-off show, then really bringing in those characters and having that being a part of the storyline, you know.
You could do it in the kids show.
Yeah, well, I mean, any of it. They can do any of it,
Yeah.
you know, like, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what they have up their sleeve.
Can't wait to find out.
Their gauntlet. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's hiding behind that chest plate. Who
Yeah.
knows, you know, but I'm excited to find out.
I would say like pull back the loincloth, but that sounds a little bit too much.
Yes. It is.
Well,
But,
excellent.
yeah.
I think that's all I got.
Yeah, me too, man. But this was fun. This
Yeah.
was great. Hell, I mean, maybe we should, you know, keep spreading these out until there's a lot of news each time we do.
This is a quarterly show now.
Yeah.
Quarterly to twice a year if needed. But who knows? Like you said, it's the 40th anniversary. We know more is coming. PowerCon will be a big thing, you know. So
Yeah.
let's just wait and hope and anticipation and get ready to be wet.
Yeah, I have power. I have it like loaded on all my social media, so I know when the tickets are going to go up. You know, because right now it just has sort of like, you know, tickets coming soon for the event, but I'm definitely
Does it sell out?
I'm going. No,
Okay.
you know, even in California, it never really sold out. So I'm not.
Because I
worried.
think they sell tickets at the door too.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, but I am going to get them right away, just to say to myself, Chris, you're going. You know.
There you go.
So it'll be kind of a fun, like, you know, after birthday present to myself. You know, go get soaked up in the world of Motu
That's right.
for a weekend.
Nothing better.
So if I were you, Chris Walk, I would definitely plan your vacation around, you know.
I'm telling the wife right now. After the show, this is what we're doing.
Because that would be fun. It would be a real fun weekend, I think.
Yeah.
With all
Fly
the
out of Ohio. See?
knuckleheads out there. So
Awesome. Let's make it happen.
all right, man. Well, thanks everyone for watching this episode of It Crept from Eternia. And we will be back when there's an abundance more of Motu information to tell you. Let us know what you're excited about in the comments. If you're excited at all, have you been following it like we have? Are you excited about what's happening in the world of Masters of the Universe? And if you haven't given that show a shot, guys, the Revelation show, don't let politics and the
Angry
the,
internet.
the abundance of stupidity of the day ruin your fun. Give it a shot because it's pretty fucking cool. And He-Man's back, man. So if you loved it, try to recapture that love again and get back in the world of Masters of the Universe. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you. We're gonna go get pumped. we're gonna go
Pump some iron.
Yeah, man. We're gonna put on the theme song. And it's gonna go both the original and the Bear McCreary theme songs.
Right.
And we are gonna rip it. We're gonna sweat. We're gonna
Get some
raise
hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Good.
We're gonna hold aloft our magic sword. And hell yeah, man. So thank you, Chris. And we'll see everyone on the next episode. Bye.